I'm pretty wiped out just trying to figure out this full-time work and all the kids are at home thing. I know that you have all been doing this for quite some time. So if you have any ideas, can you share them with me?
Well, I can share with you what's worked for us, Sandra, and I want to just resonate with you, even though I have been a working and homeschooling mom for a little while. I'm finding myself disoriented by this experience as well because it's not my normal routine either, and I don't have the normal infrastructure that I used to have. So I think it's all something we're figuring out as we go. But one thing that's really helped us is I find that every time I have to make a decision, no matter how small throughout the day, it's draining. It takes an erg of energy every time I have to answer a question about, should I do this next? What about this? Can I do this now? So what's been helpful for us is I have just made a master schedule that's a checklist, and then they can follow that, whether I'm available or not. They know what to do next. It's teaching them independence. It's helping them work through some of the things that will help them with life skills when they move on. And it gives me some mental space to be more available for some of the other things that they really do need me for.
You know, another little thing that's really, really cool that we use are just calendars. I mean, I have a calendar that, of course, I live by because I've got a lot on my schedule with 6 kids. We're always going from here to the next activity. And so a lot of times I can get so busy that I forget to check in with my kids. And it's really, really important, you know, for me, because sometimes they get stuck. And so, or sometimes I just forget to kind of check in and have that one-on-one time with them. So I have a calendar and they literally put themselves on my calendar as appointments. You know, the same way that I would schedule work appointments, they put themselves on my calendar so that we can have one-on-one time. And sometimes, you know, the twins may schedule an activity with me. We may go to the park, we may go to movies or out to dinner. But there's also a time where they can come into my office or whatever if they have a really important issue during the middle of the day, and they may put their name in the middle of the day. And for me, that communicates that they need me now, and maybe they have some trouble, you know, with the work or something like that. But there are times that they can schedule themselves in the middle of the day, just like work.
I love that you ladies are a calendar, check a list. I am not like that. So I am not because, you know, I always work for home, but I have an online type of work. So guess what? My online work has triple. So in the worst feelings is at the end of the day, I feel like we are all being home, but we never connected. So I think that guilt, going to bed with that guilt is something that, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional here.
Aww.
It's something that we want to avoid so bad. So sometimes I am so, drained from answering emails, talking to people, following up with people. The last thing I want is to follow up with my kids. But I have to. Sometimes it's just a question. What happened? How was your class? Did you connect with your friends? And then I go on with them in their bed, and I am so tired. Sometimes I say, can you read something to me? And sometimes I fall asleep. But it's okay,
Yes.
but I'd rather fell asleep in their bed and go to my bed knowing at least I connected. I did something. Because we want to, in this time of crisis where we all are home, we don't want to lie to ourselves that just because we are all at home, we are connecting. And I think connection is what we desire so much and our family needs during this time.
That's so good.
I love that, Kareem. That is really good. We're all overwhelmed, just because we're caught off guard. This is not our normal routine. I guess my hot tip would be the brain dump, where what I have to do is all brain dumped. When you take what you're thinking about or what needs to be done and it's no longer in your brain, it's on paper or it's in the notepad on your phone, and you just, you prioritize it from the brain dump. That way you sleep well because you don't have all of these projects. They're all written somewhere. And I love that. And I sort it into, what do I have to do, call, go, personal, that kind of thing. And that's kind of helps me get the work done. So even before the day starts, I know during this COVID season, do I have to be live? My face? Do I not have to show my face? Those things matter, versus, and when it comes down to the children, we use these binders, these academic binders where all of their work goes inside of one location. I will tell you, having 7 kids, The tragedy of disorganization is just traumatic, so we need, the third grader to know where all of his math sheets are and, where the history is and where everything is. So the work binders have helped a lot. And then of course the mommy time where, we circle up for our mommy moments to do what I call fun things, mommy things. Today we're going to be doing our dollhouse outside. Those are the mommy moments where you can forget about you being a work at home mom. You're just the mommy mom for that moment. And that kind of brings joy.
I love that. I mean, it doesn't seem intuitive at all that you would have to schedule that time, but it makes sense. And so I'm going to try to schedule it for next week, and I'll let you ladies know how it goes.
Oh,
So nice to
awesome.
have this time. Thanks, ladies.